All right, good morning. I thought today that we would have a go at doing a class that's involving opening up the front of the hips, particularly, well, not just the front, actually, all of the hips, so around the hips. Just so you get something, you can use a loop band. I've got a belt, just for one little bit of it, okay? So I don't need that yet. Right, we're going to start off, as we always do, with our feet underneath our hips, which is about a hip distance between our fist distance between our hips, between our feet. Nice shrugged, relaxed shoulders, looking ahead, long neck, and starting with the foot and ankle strategy, just rolling between the heels and the balls of the feet. Trying to keep those toes connected to the floor, keep the heels connected to the floor as you rock through between the two. Toes nice and soft. Good. Okay. And then just land very subtly through the balls of the feet. Can you place one foot on the front of the opposite shin? You want your hands on your pelvis to monitor that your pelvis stays facing forwards as we rotate from the hip out into an open standing plan. So using the glutes to open it. And if you had car headlights on your pelvis, they'd be running down a straight line, not going down a curvy line, curvy road. Okay. Good. And staying there, can you slide the foot to the back of the shin or the calf and open up? Good. Okay, keep concentrating on keeping that pelvis forwards. When we've got the foot behind, there's a little bit more opportunity for movement around the hip, but also more opportunity for compensation around the pelvis. Good. Okay, swapping legs. Place one foot on front and start to rotate and open and return. And again, rotate and open and return. Rotate to open and return. Good. Slide the foot behind. Keep monitoring that the pelvis stays facing forwards down a straight road. Okay, as you use the glutes, just open up a little bit more through the pelvis. Good. Okay, now very similar, but just a bit more of a movement. We're going to swap legs again, come up into standing tabletop. And again, make sure that pelvis stays facing forwards. A little bit more glute action here. A little bit more stabilization required. Good, keep that pelvis facing nice and forwards. Well done. Good, swapping legs. Okay, transfer your weight. And when you're ready, open and close from the hips. Good. Keep control of the pelvis facing forwards, rotating out of the hip. Good. Two more to this side. Well done. And close. Okay, right. From here, we're going to do a standing glute stretch. So plus one foot on the opposite knee. If you need a chair, grab a chair. And you're going to bend as you do, push this knee down. And just gently sink in and out of a glute stretch. Good. Well done. Good, keep pushing the knee down a little bit, shoulders down. Well done, and swap it over. Opening up. So you should be feeling this in the buttock. Okay, a nice gentle little stretch. Just to open through the back. Well done. Okay, right, from here, can you take yourself a wide stance? Toes gently pointing out. Bit variant depending on your hip anatomy, but approximately 40-45 degrees. You're going to drop into a squat with your knees going out over your toes. Okay, in this position, keep your head and your shoulders on top of your pelvis. And we're going to do some pelvic tilt. So curl underneath and release. And curl. And let go. And again, curl. And release. Good. Curl. Release. Keep going like that. And curling. Release. Good. Now, can you hold a long tailbone? And we're going to go into a roll down, but I'd like to hold the squat as well. So chin to chest. Okay. Breathing as you go. Okay, so the knee angle is staying the same. Have a nice breath in, hold, stretch, lengthen, and then curl back up, but keep the knee angle the same, which means you'll have to feel like you're really curling through the tailbone as you come up. Good. Again, breathing in, breathing out as you curl down. Opening up through that lumbar spine, crown head to the floor. Breathe in. And breathing out as you curl back up. Tailbone, lower back, ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Good. And again, long tailbone, breathing in. Breathing out as you curl. Crown head to the floor. Nice big breath in. Okay, work on keeping your knee angle the same, shoulder blades to bottom, keep curling, curling, curling through that tailbone so you really stack the spine on top of your pelvis as you come up. One more time, breathing in, breathing out as you curl. Good, nice big breath, lengthen. And again, curling up. Tailbone, lower back, ribs, shoulders, neck, and head. Good. Okay, right, from here, we're going to put a few little exercises together. Okay. So, what I would like you to do is, try and think which way best to face you, probably this way best to face. From here, we're going to take one leg, bring it up into single tabletop, open it out to the side. From the side, bring it behind you in a controlled way, keeping control of the lower back. Good. Now from here, can you slide the back leg behind you until you've got yourself into the position for a hip flexor stretch. Tuck the tailbone. Bring yourself down, keep that tailbone long or tucked into your hip flexor stretch. Good, coming up, straighten both legs, pivot through the hips, crown and head to the floor, and breathe into a hamstring stretch and a calf stretch. Good, curling back up. Good. Okay, other side, I'll just swap round, but you don't need to. So, coming up into standing tabletop. Open through the hips, bring it behind with control from the glutes. Good, slide it back, and slide the other leg forwards, And tuck the tailbone, coming down into a hip flexor stretch. Okay. Breathe. And then coming back up. 2 straight knees. Check your back foot's facing forwards, heels to the floor, and pivot forwards, crown the head down into a hamstring and a calf stretch. Good, curling up. Okay, I'll try facing this time. So from here, coming up into tabletop, rotating, bringing it behind you with control. Good. Stepping or sliding forwards or backwards, tucking the tailbone, coming down into your hip flexor stretch. Good, coming back up. 2 feet on the floor, back foot facing forwards, 2 straight knees, and coming forwards into your hamstring stretch. Breathe. Good, curling back up. Good, one more to the other side. So from here, tabletop, rotate to open, bring it behind you with control. Okay, and keep the tailbone tucked or curled right underneath you as you come down into your hip flexor stretch. Knee going over second and third toe. Good, coming up, pivoting through the hips and into hamstring calf stretch, crown and head down towards the floor. Breathe. And curl back up. Good. Right. From here, we're going to go down into a down dog and we're going to do some leg lifts. So we're going to open up into the front of our hips. So breathing in, breathing out as you curl down. Knees softly straight, weight subtly through the balls of your feet. Okay, then walk your hands forwards. Crown of the head to the floor. Keep pushing through your hands, breastbone to knees, and then lengthen one leg up to the ceiling. Hold, breathe, and return. Try and lift it from your glutes rather than from rotating through the pelvis. Other leg, lift it up, push, breathe, hold, and return. Good. And again, keep the head down towards the floor. Lift through the leg rather than rotate through the pelvis. Breathe, hold, and return. And swapping over, lengthening up. And breathing, hold, and return. Good. One more to each side. Lengthen, breathe, and back. Good. And again, from the hip, lengthening up, breathe, hold, coming down, and bringing yourself down. Good. Right. I'm on a very hard floor, so I've got a cushion. But unless you're on a very soft floor, I would advise a cushion. Okay, the cushion's going to go underneath your kneeling leg, and the belt or band is going to go around the ankle of the back leg, and then you're going to step forward with the other one. Okay, shoulder blades to bottom. As always with our hip flexor stretches, the most important thing is that our head and shoulders stays on top of our pelvis and it doesn't come forwards, and that our back stays controlled and our back is not arching like so. Okay, so nice long tailbone, curl it underneath you. Glide the pelvis forwards a little bit if that's right for you, without going into the lower back. Now, if you can hold all of that and then take your foot towards your bottom and release. Make sure your tailbone's still long, that you haven't crept into your lower back. And again, pull your foot to your bottom, breathe, and release. And again, tuck, heel to bum, breathe, and release. Couple more times, curling under, heel to bottom, breathe, let go, and again, tuck, hold, breathe, and release. So that was a hip flexor stretch, but it was also a quad stretch. All right, so you might have felt it more there. Good, you can let go of the belt just for a moment. Keep that, take that front leg straight, pull the toes up towards you, take the tailbone behind you, and just take yourself down to a hamstring stretch. Breathe, crown of the head down, curl up. Okay, and curl back down. Nice big breath. Curl up. And again, going down. Breathe, hold. Coming back up. Good, one more time. Going down. Breathe, hold, and curling up. Good. Right, we're going to swap sides. So, other knee onto the cushion. Belt or band around the other ankle. Okay, step forwards and make sure that your head and shoulders stays on top of your pelvis. From here, long tailbone, sliding slightly forwards if you've got it to take the stretch into the front of the hip. Okay, now if it's all right for you, you can add in the lifts, heel to bottom and lower. Make sure the tailbone is still long. Heel to bottom and release. Good. And again, head and shoulders on top. Don't allow it to creep into the lower back. Good. Keep that tailbone nice and long. Heel to bottom and release. Good. One more time. Coming up and release. Good. Drop the belt or band. Take the front leg straight. Pull the toes up towards you and slide down that leg. Breathe. Good, curling up. And again, sliding down. Breathe. Curling up. Good, twice more. Curling down. Breathe. Coming back up. And last one. Sliding down, taking the tailbone behind you, toes up towards you, breathe, hold, and curl back up. Good. Right. From here, we're going to go into 4-point kneeling. So actually, I'm going to have 2 cushions, one for each knee. Okay. We're going to need that belt again in a moment. But just to begin with, we're going to do some 4-point pelvic tilts. So have your hands on your wrists, forwards and wide of your shoulders, elbows soft. Shoulder blades to bottom, long, strong neck. And we're going to try and work just around the tailbone and the lower back, so the lumbopelvic region, okay? We do not want any movement, rib cage and above. So with that in mind, can you curl the tailbone to the floor and the tailbone to the ceiling? It's a subtle little movement. Tailbone to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. And again, tailbone to the floor and to the ceiling. Good. To the floor. Tailbone to the ceiling. Good, and again, tailbone to the floor and to the ceiling. Well done. Now hold it in the middle. Walk your hands to the right draw your left sit bone away from you, so make sure your pelvis doesn't follow the hands, and then keep going, tailbone to the floor and tailbone to the ceiling. You should just feel like you just open up in the left lower lumbar spine a little bit more than you were when you were central. Okay, so it targets a side. Nice and gentle pelvic tilts, really focusing on keeping them in that lower lumbopelvic region, not creeping above the ribs or into the ribs. Good. And then walk your hands to the left, lengthening your right sit bone away from you, and off you go again. Tailbone to the floor, tailbone to the ceiling. Nice and gentle. Good. So this is opening up around the back. For some people, okay, so as I say, the class is about around the hips. You know, the lower back is very, very integral to the hips, so you need to be nice and loose in the lower back as well. Okay, coming back to the middle. From here, we're going to go into swimming level 4, so it's an exercise we know well. I'd like to focus really hard on the control around the pelvis, which means that we're not going to get any arching of the lower back, we're not going to get any rotation of the lower back. So when you're ready, connect up through your pelvic floor internally, back passage, front passage to belly button, and then slide away, opposite hand, opposite leg, forwards, and then controlling the lumbar spine, hovering just as you maintain that control. Good, return and slide back. Other side, sliding away. Clock what your pelvis position is, and then start to hover the arm and the leg, but maintain the pelvis. Breathe, hold, down, and return. Good, swapping again. Slide, keep a nice long strong neck. Clock your pelvis and hover. Breathe, hold, and return. And down, good, other one. Slide, hover, hold, breathe. Good, coming down and back. One more to each side. And pelvic floor, slide, long strong neck, soft elbows, controlled pelvises. And return. Last one. We'll slide, coming hovered, breathe, and return, and down. Good. Okay, from here, this is where we're going to want our belt to go. So, if you'd like to take the belt around the front of an ankle or a band, a belt is actually better than a band for this particular exercise. Okay. Right, so from here, if you can, connect your thighs, your inner thighs, so that the legs don't come apart. Lengthen the tailbone. Now, this is a stretch for the quads. So you're going to push into the belt. Okay, so push into the belt for a couple of seconds. Release and take the heel to your bottom. Good. And again, push into the belt. Now this time, when you release, push your pelvis into the floor, take your heel to the bottom. So pelvis into the floor, heel to bum. Good. And again, push into the belt. Push, 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 push. Good. Pelvis to the floor, heel to bum. All right, next three, slightly more if you can, but don't creep into the lower back. So keep this about the legs and the pelvis, not lifting or arching through the back. So push into the belt. Good. Connect the pelvis to the floor, heel to bottom. Now, only if you can manage it, a tiny little leg hover. You get even more stretch. Good. Lower. 2 more times. All right. Push into the belt. Pelvis to the floor. Heel to bum. And from the hip. Little tiny leg hover. Good. 1 more time. Push. Release, pelvic into the floor, heel to bottom, and hover. Good. All right. We're going to swap it over. Okay, so place the belt around the front of the other ankle. Lie on your front. Get your thighs connected. And when you're ready, push into the belt. Good, heel to bottom. And again, push into the belt. So once again, this time, can you push your pelvis into the floor as you pull your heel to your bottom? Good. And again, push into the belt. Push, 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 push. Good. Connect your pelvis to the floor, heel to bum. And again, push, 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 push. All right, this time, if you want to. So don't let it go into your lower back. Push your pelvis to the floor, heel to bottom, and then from the hip, hover the thigh. It's not very big for most. And release. Okay, if you've got real tightness across the front of the thighs or into the quads, you won't manage a lift. Don't force it. Push. Some people are very mobile, but most aren't. Push your pelvis to the floor, heel to bottom, and hover the leg if you want. Good, last time. Push into the belt. And then release, heel to bottom, pelvis into the floor, over the thigh, and let go. Good. Take the belt or the band away, and then just relax down so that you're completely flat to the floor. Okay. And for you guys, if you just want to look down at the floor with your head on a cushion or on your hands, we're going to, having opened up the front of the hips, we're now just going to do a little tiny bit of access of the glutes. Okay. So we're going to do swimming level 1, which is where we keep our pelvis connected to the floor, long tailbones, and from the glutes and the hamstrings and the hips, we hover one leg and lower. Other side, pelvis to the floor, hover and lower. And again. Now, obviously, with lots of practice, you could probably get more, but you're about as good as you'll get, I expect now, after doing a little bit of opening and stretching with regards to your ability to hover a leg from the floor purely from your hip, using your glutes. Once again, your lower back should stay completely still, and by that I mean it's not arching and your pelvis is not rotating to facilitate the lift. Okay, so just nice and slowly alternating your leg lifts from your buttocks. Good. Just one more to each side. Well done. Okie doke. Right, from here, we're going to come, bring one leg up, cross the foot underneath you. Okay, and go down into a glute stretch. Now, if you can, again, only do this in the right view. If you don't like this, lie on your back and take your knee to your opposite shoulder. If you do like it, then prop yourself up onto your arms now and just really lengthen that back leg away. And again, you're just opening a little bit into the hip flexor while still stretching the glutes. Okay. Good. And then we're going to come up into one hip flexor stretch, and whilst you're in it, take the same arm as the back leg and reach it over. Breathe, long tailbone, and release. And again, tuck the tailbone, reach over. So you've got, should have a stretch here and a nice stretch all the way up the side. Breathe, hold, and release. Good. Going the other way. So bringing that leg now underneath you, or lie on your back. Coming down into a bit of a glute stretch to begin with. Okay. Again, no one stretch works for everybody. Some people absolutely love this for a glute stretch. Other people don't find it that effective and prefer to do other versions. So it's just about showing you different ways of doing these things. Good. And then if you prop yourself up, okay, you get and lengthen that back leg away. Then you'll get a little bit of a hip flexor stretch in the long leg, whilst continuing to stretch the glutes in the uppy leg and the underneath leg even. Good. And then again, slide that leg, step the bent leg forwards. Okay. So you should be on the other side. Once again, tuck tailbone into your hip flexor stretch, then into your side stretch. Big breath, hold, and release. And again, tuck the tailbone, hip flexor stretch, nice big side stretch, breathe, and hold, and release. Good, right, from here, for a tiny little bit of power, we're going to go from a kneel, okay? You're going to take your opposite arm back with your opposite leg, and you're going to use your glute, and you're going to big power up into standing balance. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and go. Good. Okay, go down with the other leg. And again, big power from the glutes. 1, 2, 3, and go. Good. And coming down. Oop, big power. 1, 2, 3, and go. Oop. One more time. Going back. Okay. And glutes, pelvic floor, and go. Right up. Well done. All right, from here, we're just going to finish off. So we've opened around the hips. We've done a little tiny bit of glute activation, but not very much today. We're going to stand on one leg. We're going to bring the other leg up into tabletop. Keep your lower back controlled, your tailbone nice and long, your weight subtly through the ball of your foot. And we're going to add in nice dynamic hip flexion and extension coming from the hip. This should hopefully feel, for some of you at least, easier than it normally does. So if you're tight round and through the front of your hips, then it should make it a bit easier. Okay. Note as the leg goes behind, I'm just working through my big toe. Good. Well done. And let's swap legs. Okay, so opposite arm up and going back through the big toe, keeping the lower back nice and still, the pubic bone long, tailbone long. Well done. Okay, so that's us for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back with you live next week. But otherwise, if you're going out for a run, I hope you now feel really nice and free and open around the front of the hips and pelvis. Thank you very much.